Hey, what's going on, guys? It's currently Thursday, which I'm thinking about doing maybe like a Throwback Thursday today and talking some shit about back and surgery times, post-surgery times, pre-surgery times, stuff like that, because funny enough, I actually watched one of my own videos with a friend of mine last night, ironically not for the reason of watching my video, but inevitably came up and we watched it. And it was a video of before, or like right after I had surgery. I was still in the process of going to the place where I got my dentures and having them adjust it, because unlike most places, I had my extractions in a separate place from where I had my dentures made, mainly because the denture place that I was going to, or that, you know, I was possibly going to get dentures from, kind of thing, at that time, because obviously it didn't happen. They had set up a plan for me about what we would do about my teeth and how we were going to get it done. But in that plan, they had planned to just make me loopy. And I have really bad anxiety, and the thought of, you know, physically, like, it's even better than once the surgery came, because I found out something else that I never thought of until I heard from the doctors after the surgery, but I'll get to that in a minute. But mainly it's just like, I don't want to have that chance of that loopiness going away and me being mid, like, teeth pulling out, or possibly feeling or seeing, and just with my anxiety and the way that my brain works, I just was not trying to have any of that be prevalent through or during or after surgery, kind of thing. So I wanted to be knocked out completely. You know, I was like, put me to sleep, take my teeth out, because obviously that was the other option. The only problem is the place that I was getting my teeth done, they didn't do that. They didn't even have the ability to do that. Now, fortunately, you know, they have, like, you know, other places that are in their practice field and insurance-wise and blah, 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 you know. So they hooked me up with a surgeon that happened to be in my town. So, you know, it was really cool not having to actually travel really fucking far, because from where I get my dentures, where my dentures are from, at least, it takes me about 35 minutes to get there from my house. And if I leave from my house and go to where I got my teeth taken out, takes me literally about 5 minutes. So big difference, big change. Much glad that they had it done that way. Still had my teeth in. Well, actually, I didn't wake up with my teeth in. I actually woke up and my teeth weren't in, but my teeth were in within like 5 hours of surgery. So realistically, they were still pretty much like in right away. In the video itself that I was watching with my friend last night, I was talking about the fact that my dentures were out of place and that they needed readjusted, and that I was going to have to, you know, schedule an appointment and go out there and blah, blah, blah. And like in the course of doing all of that, it just was like a realization to me of like, wow, like, yeah, obviously there were complications that came from surgery or post-surgery, you know, that I dealt with. But a lot of them, surprisingly enough, for how luck goes in my life, my denture experience with the removal to having them to getting used to them went like flying colors. Literally perfect, okay? And I understand a lot of you out there did not or are not having that same situation. My fiance had a horrible time with her mouth and dentures and all that. And, you know, it really sucks because, you know, wanting to be this guy that can sit here and explain to you about dentures and give you the information I can, you know, ironically, I was happy that my situation went good, but then it kind of sucks because I can't really offer explanation to all the topics. And another one that's really big on my list that a lot of people that watch my videos ask me about quite often and they don't quite realize the answer is what it's going to be. But the second most biggest question that probably get asked is, what do you use to keep your dentures in place? And so naturally people are talking, because the fact that I can stand here and talk to you and everything's fine, my dentures don't move, you can tell that they're in place and they're good to go. So naturally, over time, as people's mouths change, my teeth will eventually change. I'd like to hope that I would never have to, but unfortunately, being so young, my mouth will change, and then my dentures one day probably aren't going to fit as good. Probably a slow realization, but one day it's going to happen. And so because of that, everybody's always like, what do you use to keep your dentures in place? And then I have to break it to them, I use nothing. I stick my dentures in and they fit. They suction cup themselves to my mouth, and that's it. There's no glue on that. That's just a denture. There's no glue on that. That's just a denture. So you see, I'm still young. I'm still at this part of my life where I don't need that. So when people ask me that, I feel bad because I'm like, I don't know. Or a lot of times another question, it's not very asked question like the other one, but it's still an asked question of, what do you do with teeth at night? What do you put your teeth into? Do you use those tablets and all this stuff? Which, ironically, no. My teeth are made of acrylic. That's why they're like plastic sounding when I take them out. Sounds like plastic because they are plastic. In comparison to the conventional fucking, God, what do they call? P. Start with a P, I think. I can't remember off the top of my head. But, it's obviously what they've been using for teeth for like ever before now they use acrylic. And so when they now have these acrylic teeth out, I almost said cast iron, that's not it. These chemical compounds that they've made to put in these tablets that you put into the liquid to clean your teeth off are actually strong enough that they can eat away at your denture if it's made of acrylic. So if you don't know that and you have an acrylic denture and you've been putting tablets into your, into some water and putting your teeth in there, I'd highly, highly suggest you don't. This is coming from both A, my doctor telling me not to, and B, I work with acrylic all fucking day. Actually, it's not just acrylic. I work with all plastic all fucking day. And I can tell you that the chemicals inside of those tablets will eat your acrylic teeth. So, if you're doing that and it hasn't made a notice, it's not saying it isn't doing it. It just means you haven't noticed it's doing it. And then one day, it's going to be like, oh shit, half my tooth is missing because it melted away. And trust me, being as dentures are expensive, they are not really something that you just want to like piss away like that. But I'm going to have to go. So, hopefully you guys like this video for Thursday, being flashback, just kind of talking about denture shit, because that's technically what brought most of us all here together. There's a car behind me. Don't know who it is. Oh, well, if you guys like this video, a like would be much appreciated. I realized my thing was upside down in the video. For our part channel, wait, did I do this wrong? Let's restart this. Hey, if you guys like this video, a like would be much appreciated. If you're new to the channel, you should subscribe to keep up with this awesome face. For our part of the channel, you can share the video and show other people how great this video was today, how much we got some informational shit done. And now I'm going to go back into work and have a good rest of my day. Hopefully. I probably will, but hopefully. I hope my baby feels better. And I hope that everybody out there is having a fantastical Thursday, second Thursday of the new year. Holy shit. Time is already flying by. Poop. Bye, guys. Bye, person in that car.